Well, today it feels like -8 outside with the wind chill, so I thought today would be a good time to do some inside maintenance work. Here we've got a tankless water heater, or an on-demand water heater as they're also called, and at least once a year you have to do some maintenance on them, so I'm going to show you how to go about that, or how I go about that, and the setup that I came up with for doing that. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'll start by walking you through the setup here. Up here, we want to turn off our ball valves to the supply lines that are going to the water heater. You also want to make sure that you unplug the water heater so that it's not on, because we're going to be pumping white distilled vinegar through it. So this is a little setup that I came up with. Here on the pump, this is the inside of the pump. You got your pickup line going down into the bucket. From there, it pumps it up into the water heater on the cold side, because it's going to pump it through there, just like the well would, through the whole thing, and then come back out here and go back into the bucket. And I made this little holder for the pump that goes on top of the bucket. I can show you that at the end when I take it back apart. This is just a 1/2 horsepower transfer pump. You want to take the plug out of here because this pump cannot be run dry. You have to prime it first by filling that up. I forgot to mention the part about the service valves here. So that's what these are. These two things, these are service valves. So on the cold side and the hot side, you want to turn the ball valves off on those. And then you'll see up here, there's 2 more smaller ball valves for actually servicing it. Those you want to open up. So close these, open these up before you start the pumping. Otherwise, you start pumping, it's not going to pump anywhere. So I forgot to mention that part. Should be primed. And then I'm just going to add 3 to 4 gallons to the bucket. Plug back in. Just snug it down. And we should be able to turn it on now. Okay guys, I had that running for about 2 hours. I just kind of lost track of time. Definitely don't have to run it for that long. I think typically I run it about an hour, but it didn't hurt to run extra. So since I didn't really show you the setting up, I'll show you the tearing it down. First I want to just show you how I made these. I just took an old garden hose I had and made little pieces. These are regular just garden hose ends. Same as over here. Same with down here, and you can see little hose clamps. Same here. And then these, obviously there's 90-degree elbows with 1/2-inch PVC, 90-degree elbow. And then with the part that threads into there, and then it's got a barbed end in there for the hose to thread over it, or slide over it. So it's nothing special, but it definitely is convenient. That's why I made this little setup. So I wanted to show this little setup I made. You can see that there's little feet on the bottom here of the motor, and then the plug here. So I just laid out on this board here places for those pegs to sit, and then for the cord to go through. And then you've seen the one pipe sits right here in this notch here. Keep it straight. And on the bottom side here, I just took a router and made a groove that sits right on the bucket, and then screwed that board to the bottom of it. So again, real simple, but it works great. I don't know if you've seen when I was turning it down, I switched the ball valves again. I closed the service valves here and then opened up the ball valves for the water to flow again. I have not turned on the ones up above yet. There's caps that go over the service ports. Just put those caps back on again. Also, guys, I would highly suggest rinsing water through your pump so that there's not just vinegar sitting in it. It's not going to do your pump any favors for it to just sit in there like that. Next thing to do, plug our water heater back in. Take a moment and then turn our valves back on up above. So the next step to do was to go upstairs. I pulled all the aerators off the faucets and I flushed the vinegar out that was in there. You can tell when the vinegar is all flushed out because you'll smell in the hot water that vinegar smell will go away. So make sure you flush it good till all that crap's out. You may even see the water get a little dirty because of all the crap it was cleaning out of there. But that's about it. I did forget to mention before you're setting it up, relieve the pressure with your pressure relief valve. You don't want to get hot water sprayed in your face. But yeah, that's about it, guys. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. This video is kind of short and sweet. There ain't a whole lot to doing this. But I just want to show the setup of how I do it and show you that if you also have a tankless water heater, it's not something that you can't do also. So, hope you got something from it. If you guys liked the video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. See you on the next one.